press the button on the thing, don't you? You ready to tack, Hannah? You stay there, Izzy, and we'll tack, alright? Just mind the kicker, okay? Yeah, okay. Tack down now, alright? Go on then, Izzy, you can try and sort it out again now. Maybe it's fully charged because it's been on charge for ages, so maybe don't worry about them being on red. For now, anyway. Let it go, Hannah. Yeah, good, right. Yeah, stay up here, Izzy, because it's. I'm just killing time. Trying to get behind people so we're not in the gaggle. Okay, sheet on, let's go. Sheet on, we'll go down this end of the line. Yeah, go on. Yeah, let's go. There's lots of dirty wind, unfortunately, so. So today is race 4, or day 3, of the Walton and Frinton dinghy regatta. Last week, if you remember, it was a bit full on at times, and if it had been any more today, we wouldn't have gone out. But the forecast at least was for a click less, a bit more like the race 1. To be honest, it was a bit more than race 1, but it wasn't as strong as races 2 and 3. And the sun was out, so it was all set up to be a cracking day's sailing. Unfortunately, the wind had gone a bit more to the west, which on this river basically means it's blowing across it. So this first leg, upriver to the buoy they called Spit, was going to prove to be just a fetch, which meant basically it was just a drag race. But it also meant that as we were going to take it to starboard, it could easily turn into a crash fest as everyone steamed into the mark shouting for water. So although Izzy's getting a bit more used to it now, and I think, although she wouldn't admit it, actually starting to enjoy it, I decided to play safe and stay out of the way of everyone. Again, it didn't really cost us that much on the reach, but we do have to go around the outside of everyone when we get to the first mark.
Are we going to hold it like silent?
Yeah. We've got to let all these boats that are inside us go, you see. So it's going to be a lot of shouting and it's going to be a bit fraught. So. Okay, I think we're all right actually. We just got to get. Yeah. Right, we'll keep going a bit until everyone else is gone. All right, so we'll just settle. Yeah, it's all right. We'll just settle for being sort of second row. Okay, you ready? Okay, we're going now. So watch that hadron. The blue one I was thinking about, but it's gone anyway. So. My camera's all over the place. Is that better, is it? Yeah. Oh, it's got mum again. Right, okay. Sign your telltales if you have to, Hannah, right? Okay. So let's run through today's course. There was a few more buoys in this than I'm going to mention, but I'll just talk about the basic direction. We started with the fetch you've just seen, down to Spit. We then had a short beat across the river to a mark I can't remember. Then we'd head downriver to Island Point, the buoy you've seen us go round yesterday. That brings us into Hamford Water, where we do some more traditional triangles. A long beat, a bit of a reach and a run. It's what the serious dinghy racers would call the proper bit of the course. But to be honest, you don't come to the Walton and Frinton dinghy regatta to do what the dinghy sailors would call a proper course. You come here for the adventure and the fun of it all. Every time we went up and down this river, it was slightly different. The tide would be stronger or weaker. There'd be more or less mud sticking out. The wind was in a different direction. All these moored boats have a different effect on your strategy to get up and down it. It's these bits that are the fun bits. We were most looking forward, when we came here, to do their round the island race, which unfortunately, because of the wind strengths, didn't get run this year. On the Saturday, they would run their pier race, and we got to take part in that one. That takes you up the river and you turn right out into the North Sea. It's good fun. In fact, like the Medway, and any sort of river like this, it's the adventures that make it unique, that make it special. I think too many people get hung up on windward lewards. But you know, there's only so many times you can go around in circles. Sometimes you just got to explore a bit. You're a bit stuffed here because there won't be any wind underneath those wayfarers. Well, I think there's probably mud, which is probably why they're moving away. So. Tim has obviously decided he can't sail over Blue Beast, you see, so he's going to go under him. So we'll just hold our line. The pink boat's got the spinnaker up as well now. So. As before, we're not flying our spinnaker because it's a family holiday, blah blah blah. But I don't think not putting it up on this leg really hurt us. You can see here, when it was working properly, you did get an advantage. But the time spent getting it up and down kind of offset that, and the wind was about to pipe up a notch, which was going to make this already tight reach pretty much impossible. Well, that is, unless you're Tim and Sarah in Nemesis, but we'll get to that in a second. Our wind shadow now, and they'll stop when they get to us. So.
There's like 3 boats in there. Yeah, well.
They probably got scared off, didn't they? Okay, we want to get this pressure that everyone else has got. Why haven't we got this pressure? Jib on, jib on, jib on. Yeah, jib on. A bit more. Yeah. It's alright, yeah. We'll just hold our high line. So. Yeah, yeah, it's alright. So the Wayfarer race order at this point is Tim and Sarah in Nemesis battling with their spinnaker and slowly getting dragged out into the tide because they're struggling to hold it. Next is Martin and Tim in Blue Beastie, who did have their spinnaker up but have sensibly decided to drop it. Then it's us. Then it's Becky and Alex in the pink Wayfarer just behind. As ever, looks like everyone's miles apart, but that's just the wide angle lens of these cameras. In practice, we're all kind of nose to tail, and it's a really good sail. Becky and Alex had just dropped their spinnaker as well, of course, because, as I mentioned earlier, it all got really tight. And we're all looking at Tim and Sarah going out into the tide, thinking that's not going to work. So we're all quietly confident we've done the right thing, and it's just Tim, too proud to drop it, hanging on. How wrong we were. Once he decided just to go with it, he tore across the other side of the river with the spinnaker up, and hung on to it for much longer than we expected. But the long and the short of it is, although he wasn't miles in front when we get to the next mark, he was comfortably in front. No, it's over there. It's got lighter again. It will get easier for them as we get up here because they'll be able to just foot off and know they're. You see corporate, yeah? See the white one, can't we? So it's got to be opposite that, hasn't it? So it's quite a long way yet. Yeah, it's still just behind us.
So I was still going to make it far away from.
Yeah. Got to start going away over there, haven't we? But we'll hang on to the last minute. What we need is one of these big puffs. We'll go away on the puff, but we're way off it now, aren't we? Yeah. They're all going there because they've got the spinnakers up and they're trying to make it easier with their spinnakers. So we'll just hang on to it up here and go across at the last minute.
I see blue. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. But they run out of water if they need to bear away. So, like I say, once we get up to it, we want a big puff. We'll just bear away and go across, and then.
Will it be all right?
We'll have right to the mark. Yeah.
Put the thing down.
Yeah, go on, do it now while we've got time. It'll be easy at the moment.
You'll probably be up on your side.
Yeah, you can get in front at this point, you do, alright?
No, we're going to hit
Yeah.
They bear away and head up for the same thing to me. By
Yeah,
the way.
well, we're heading up towards the wind. So we're just turning left, but we're not tacking
That's
it.
my way of saying we're not
Yeah.
tacking or
No,
trying.
yeah, so we're going to follow Blue Beastie to start with, and then we'll decide what we're doing after that. Okay? No, that's good. Ready to tack. You ready? Everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay, go. Everyone all right? All right, because it's a good lift. This look. So. Here we're tacking and bearing away. Yeah, we are on starboard, but we won't fight. We're going to be in front, I think, won't it? Is there anyone else out there?
No, it's just Blue Beastie behind us.
Yeah. We're going to attack when we're ready for the mark. Everyone ready for attack? Blue Beastie in front, so going there. Well, your rudder's up, Martin!
Your rudder's up! Can we sit back? Fill up!
Yeah, he's still trying to sort it out. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, that's why he took it home, isn't it? Yeah. Just fly your telltales. Yeah.
13. You want hold up a bit, mate?
No, yeah, you can do. Yeah.
13 starboard, then island point 4.
Fly your telltale, Hannah. Yeah, shoot her. We're going to be in their dirty wind all this way, so until we can find a puff to bear away on or something I can shoot up on them, it's awkward. This leg kind of sums up everything that's good and bad about sailing on these rivers. The bit I've been bleating on about reaching and fetching and not upwind downwind. We're heading out to Island Point, the buoy that marks the entrance to the Walton Channel. Tactically, there's pretty much nothing you can do. You've got to stay on the windward side where the shallow water is and you're out of the tide. I suppose there must be a slower moving piece of water on the other side of the river as well. But the locals, who know this river better than most, all say you stay on this side. The next problem of course is, in general terms, you can't pass a boat to leeward because you fall into their wind shadow. And of course, in this situation, you're also heading out into the tide, so you get the worst of everything. Of course, it's a race, so no helm that's concentrated is going to let you get over them to windward, because that would put them into the wind shadow and then they'd go backwards. And it's not like you can just push each other higher and higher to windward because there's a muddy bank in the way. So we all end up in a line, all effectively slowing each other up, because the boat in front has to constantly concentrate on not letting anyone get over them. We're all pushing a bit closer to the mud than we really want to, and we all basically go at the same speed. But look at these camera shots. We've got enough wind to make it fun, the sun's out, it's not cold, and we're sailing with friends in a beautiful part of the world. Sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture. Anyway, this goes on a bit. Let's skip forward to us going round Island Point. Heating up. We're just going where Blue Beast is going. But we might have to tack if we're in their dirty air, so we'll see. Okay, that's a bit early, Hannah. tack, get ready. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
You're sitting on it, Mum. Your foot's on it. You can't do anything because your foot's on it.
So make sure that's out of the way, Hannah, before you tack.
She does almost every time.
Yeah, so move the tail now, Hannah, so it's out of the way. That's it. So when you, before you tack, you know it's clear. Come up. Yeah, but
there's a boat all the way over there with everything openings over there and yellows over there.
just got to find where the canoe's going, haven't we?
Yeah, I know. Well, there's a canoe going all the way down there.
Yeah, so that's where we're going then.
Great. You want all of these next ones on pause?
Okay, I think we might tack on that. Is everyone ready? Let's get out of the sequence with these. Goes on a bit this again, but we made a small gain here, so we'll skip forward to the point at which we've caught Blue Beastie up. Hadron. It's hadron, like Ron's been had. Shall we tack to go behind Blue Beastie and get out of the way? Yeah? You ready, Izzy? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Yep. At the time, this seemed like the right thing to do. And to be honest, the whole time we did it, it seemed like the right thing to do. But this tack was the wrong thing to do. We had the Hadron underneath us, and Blue Beastie, Martin and Tim, over the top of us. So getting away from it and clearer air seemed like a good move. We also sailed this whole leg on what felt like a bit of a lift and fully powered up, i.e. all three of us on the side, lots of splashing, boat was going well, absolutely nothing to think that we were doing it wrong. And, as you probably saw in the background, there was an awkward shift came through just after we tacked, and Martin and Tim almost ended up in irons, in a bit of a pickle. So we're thinking, this is it, we've got this made. Except for one thing. I'd completely failed to factor in the effect of the tide. Not only did Martin and Tim end up miles in front, but Becky and Alex, who weren't that far behind to be fair, but were far enough behind that we weren't watching them so much, they came right back into us as well. So by the time we get to this windward mark, we've got a whole different race on our hands. Is everyone ready? Not going yet, just be ready. It's still early, but... Oh, Blue Beastie's coming right up on it. We're miles behind us. Okay, they know the tide, don't they? You ready? We'll go early. Come on then. Come on. Just more tide in there, so we probably just did it wrong. Easy to play your telltales.
We're not tacking, are we?
No, just bearing away. Okay. Well, sort of. No, we are on starboard, but I'll give him room. We're in out of time. Right, in the boat. Yeah. Right, you see yellow mark again now. Oh yeah, very faint. Yeah, okay. Well, it's a bit of a jumping around sort of day, so. Okay, so we got to do. Oh, we haven't got to come this way again, have we? Although we have in the second race. The wind is probably in the high teens on this leg. It's a very broad reach. what's really a run, because you always want to keep a bit of an angle on the run, but it's very deep. And as you can see, we're not flying our spinnaker. Although, as you can see, neither was Blue Beastie or Becky and Alex. So we weren't alone. I've got a feeling Nemesis didn't fly their spinnaker either. But to be honest, it's a while ago we did this, and I can't actually remember. Suffice it to say, it was breezier than the forecast said it would be.
Keeps coming up inside.
Yeah. Easy it off, Hannah, we're going downwind. It's like very deep. We almost should be on the other, not on the other drive, but goose swinging.
You want a goose swing?
No. They just got in that puff and we just got the edge of it and didn't, Well, Blue Beastie's disappeared, that's what we're talking about. No, Pink Boat's the same as us, they missed it. So that's the trouble again, this sort of thing, people get different wind. Can you sit in as well, Izzy? Just sit on the seat, we're downwind now. This will probably be a jibe. Unfortunately, we've reached that point in the filming where there's not much to show. We've all spread out a bit. Martin and Tim have got a bit away in front. We've pulled away a little bit from Becky and Alex. Of course, we haven't seen much of Tim and Sarah since that point at which they held the spinnaker and the rest of us didn't. Either way, there's not much to show on the camera. So we'll skip forward to the end. Overall, Tim and Sarah ended up third on handicap, which is a really good result on a day like this that favoured the faster boats, not a big heavy wayfarer. Martin and Tim were next wayfarer back and came 7th. We came 8th and Becky and Alex came 9th. But irrespective of the final positions, I think we all came off the water with a smile on our face. Thank you. Alright. Come back then, Hannah. We're going to steer. You go back with Mum a bit, or out the way a bit. You'll have to spin into the jib can just go. You'll have to spin into wind a little bit in a minute. No, when I say go behind this yacht.